Ist es das, wofür ich es halte? Ich versuche nicht, es zu erklären, denn Sie werden mich noch nicht die Polizei nennen. Das ist nicht, wofür ich es halte. Dieser hat 5 Jahre lang die Hölle durchgemacht, weil er eine Waffe hatte. Sobald er jetzt frei ist, rate mal, was er wieder tut. Das ist ein, der nicht lernen kann.
NBA YoungBoy just touched down fresh off that federal bid for them gun charges. He was supposed to be moving low-key, tight supervision, the whole nine. But the second folks thought he finally chilled out, man's right back in the trenches, posted with them choppers like he never left, looking ready to get somebody gone. Everybody swore that last stint was his wake-up call. Turns out he's back on the same timing. Behind all them plaques and billions of streams, Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden been battling the feds for years. He copped that plea, did his time, and was expected to stay clean. But one signature from Donald Trump washed everything away. And now the streets are scared he's about to crash out harder than ever. So let me run it back for y'all, from when he first caught the case, to how a president ended up freeing him, and why he's spiraling again. What's good, fam? We about to jump deep into some real street chaos mixed with presidential power plays and industry politics shaking the whole hip-hop world right now. This story got everything. Guns, pardons, sold-out arenas, and the question everybody can't stop asking. Is YoungBoy really crashing out again? Or is this just another insane chapter in one of rap's wildest comeback sagas? And before we dive into this roller coaster, let's keep it a buck. Social media going crazy with claims that NBA YoungBoy been flashing guns again like that Trump pardon sent him right back into old habits. Fans are fired up, critics are nervous, and the whole culture got its eyes locked in. But look, we about to peel back the layers, separate the cap from the truth, and break down exactly what this pardon means legally, culturally, and for the future of one of rap's most divisive figures. May 28th, 2025, that's the day everything flipped for Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, the world's NBA YoungBoy. The Baton Rouge kid who'd been fighting through federal prison time and strict home confinement after pleading guilty to major weapons charges suddenly got hit with a full presidential pardon from Donald J. Trump. Overnight, the restrictions gone, probation done, supervised release erased. Just like that, a felon with massive influence over millions of young fans got a legal reset. His federal gun conviction wiped clean on paper. Now hold up, before y'all start assuming he's untouchable or free to wild out with no consequences. That's not how this works. The pardon clears the federal case, yeah, but it doesn't wash away state charges, past history, or give him immunity from future trouble. He ain't bulletproof to the law. But here's where it turns real spicy, because legally, the restrictions that came specifically from that federal conviction have been lifted. And that's got folks whispering. Is he strapped again? Is he sliding back into the lifestyle that got him jammed up? Or is he honestly trying to take a second shot at redemption? All right, picture this, 2020. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. YoungBoy and his squad shooting a video, doing rapper business as usual. Then out of nowhere, law enforcement pulls up, and what they find flips his whole world. Authorities say YoungBoy and others had firearms, while already being convicted felons. For YoungBoy, this wasn't a citation and go home moment. This was federal heat. Real consequences. The charge? Felon in possession of a firearm. A federal violation that hits different. Jump to August 2024. After years of back and forth legal drama, YoungBoy's team makes a chess move. They take a plea deal on the weapons charge. And here's the kicker. They transfer the entire case from Louisiana to Utah. Why Utah? Straight legal strategy. His lawyers wanted a cleaner resolution, dodging a long trial that could have ended way worse. It was a calculated gamble to finally close a stressful chapter. December 2024 hits, sentencing day, and the hammer comes down. Roughly 23 months in federal prison, 5 years supervised probation when he gets out, a $200,000 fine, and mandatory surrender of the weapons. This wasn't just court talk. This was the federal system telling Kentrell Gaulden, you broke the law, here's what it costs. For a rapper built on authenticity, street ties, and being realer than real, this conviction was a stain that looked permanent. But the story wasn't done. April 2025, a glimmer of light. With time served and system credits, YoungBoy gets out early. But he ain't truly free. He goes from prison to a halfway house, then straight to home confinement. Restrictions on deck. Check-ins on deck. Eyes watching him 24/7. The public only sees small clips of him online. Limited, monitor, but still creating, still connecting, still building hype for whatever comes next.
Ich glaube nicht, dass YoungBoy jeden Tag eine Waffe zückt und auf Leute schießt. YoungBoy weiß, wie er wahrgenommen wird. Oder? Ich will nicht sagen, dass es nicht so ist. Er ist auch nicht so. Aber er weiß, wie er wahrgenommen wird. Seine Fans wollen das Beste sehen. Verstehst du, was ich meine? Die Sache ist, sobald alle anderen einen Strafzettel bekommen oder für 25 Minuten eingesperrt werden, ändert sich ihr komplettes Image. Sie wollen eine Gefängnisreform. Sie sagen, das ist nicht mehr meine Crew. Sie distanzieren sich davon. Je mehr Leute sie einsperren, desto härter werden sie und desto mehr landen sie auf der Straße. Ich werde euch nicht anlügen. Ihr müsst das nicht.
Now look, in the hood, in the streets, and in hip-hop culture, weapons charges are almost a sad norm. Artists grow up in places where having protection isn't optional, it's survival. The streets don't give you the luxury of dialing 911 and waiting. We've watched countless rappers face the same heat. From Lil Wayne to T.I., from Meek Mill to Playboy Cardi. It's practically turned into an unfortunate rite of passage. But YoungBoy's situation? Different. Way different. Because of when it happened, the level of his influence, and what was about to unfold next. That YoungBoy wasn't just another rapper with a case. By the time he got arrested, he was already one of the most streamed artists in America, going toe-to-toe with mainstream heavyweights, and sometimes beating them. His YouTube dominance was insane. His indie drops were charting without major label muscle, and he'd build a cult-like fan base that ate up every word, every snippet, every Instagram post. So his legal problems weren't just personal drama. They were cultural moments millions watched in real time. Then came the plot twist that flipped the whole narrative on its head. May 28th, 2025, President Donald J. Trump grants NBA YoungBoy a full presidential pardon. The White House confirms it. XXL, ABC News, every outlet covers it. That's a different kind of power move. Think about it. A sitting president using executive clemency to wipe clean a rapper's federal gun conviction. A rapper whose music often glorifies the same lifestyle that got him locked up. And this wasn't a halfway pardon. It was full. Reports said probation gone, supervised release gone, federal restrictions tied to the conviction gone. Legally, it's like the case never existed when it comes to future federal consequences. For YoungBoy, this wasn't a small win. It was a total reset delivered straight from the Oval Office. But yo, that's exactly where the story goes deeper than just a celebrity getting a lucky break or a cute redemption arc. The pardon kicked off a wildfire of controversy that stretched way past YoungBoy himself. Critics asked why a millionaire entertainer got clemency when thousands of non-violent inmates with similar or lesser charges are still sitting in cells with no hope of presidential mercy. Some said it was politics, Trump tapping into hip-hop and black culture with a flashy move. But parts of the hip-hop community applauded it. Some artists said YoungBoy deserved a second chance, that his talent, reach, and impact justified removing the weight of federal supervision. Suddenly, debates started booming about criminal justice. Who actually deserves second chances? Does influence get you different justice? And what message does this send to millions of kids watching YoungBoy's every step? Then boom, the tour announcement hits. The Make America Slime Again tour, a play on Trump's slogan, whether intentional or not. 42 arena dates from September to November 2025. Not clubs, not theaters, arenas, the kind only top-tier superstars fill. This tour was YoungBoy's official return to the world. No probation, no check-ins, no chains holding him back. And that's when the speculation went nuclear. Social media blew up. Oh, he can carry again. He's back on Demon Time. Watch him start flashing guns in videos. Fan pages argued non-stop about whether the pardon legally allows him to own firearms now. Some cheered like he just reclaimed freedom. Others said this is the perfect setup for disaster. A straight shot back to the same behavior that triggered the federal case in the first place.
Ihr kennt doch alle Rapper von heute. Das ist nicht fair, Mann. Das ist nicht fair. Wenn ihr wisst, was es ist, jo, es ist. Und ich weiß, ihr werdet denken, jo, benimm dich wie ein Ryan YoungBoy. Pause. Nein, ich bin nicht. Wie Chat? Er ist wahrscheinlich der einzige Rapper, der so weit kommt, dass er in einer Arena auftritt. Er hat gerade eine 75 Millionen Dollar Tour hinter sich. Die bringt 75 Millionen Dollar ein. Trotzdem glauben wir immer noch, dass er mit Waffen um sich greift wie Ready to Shoot Up. Normalerweise ist das eine oder das andere. Wenn wir wirklich glauben, dass du der Crashout bist, dann gehst du nicht auf Tour, mit einer Arena zu spielen. Wir denken normalerweise, dass du der Typ bist, der nur zu 1 oder 2 Shows geht, weil er so lebt. Er ist der Einzige, der meiner Meinung nach das Image aufrechterhält. Dass er heute vielleicht einen Typen erschießt, aber morgen ein Stadion ausverkauft. Ich hoffe, ihr versteht, was ich meine.
The part most folks completely miss in all the hype and chaos is understanding what a presidential pardon actually does, and what it absolutely does not do. The pardon clears YoungBoy of the federal conviction and the penalties tied to it. That means no more probation check-ins, no more random drug tests, no more travel limits, and none of those federal restrictions on who he can be around. In that very specific lane, yeah, some freedoms are officially restored. But here's where social media gets it twisted. A presidential pardon doesn't magically restore full gun rights across the board, especially if there are state-level convictions or other legal issues in his background. Federal law and state law overlap in complicated ways. Every jurisdiction has its own rules about who can legally hold a firearm. And even if someone is technically allowed to possess a gun, the feds still regulate which types, how they're purchased, and how they're used. So when people start shouting, "YoungBoy can carry again," that's a huge oversimplification of a messy legal situation. Could he possibly legally possess certain firearms now that the federal conviction's wiped? Maybe, depending on state laws and a bunch of other factors. Should he? Is it smart given his history, platform, and the microscope he's under? That's a whole different conversation. Is he protected from future prosecution if he slips up? Absolutely not. And yo, the financial pressure is intense. This tour means millions on the line. Promoters locked in arenas based on his draw. There's massive weight on his shoulders to stay sharp and not do anything that could blow all of that up. For anyone who doesn't fully get how major a presidential pardon is in hip-hop, here's some context. Yeah, the culture has seen clemency before, like Alice Marie Johnson's case, pushed by Kim Kardashian, or pardons for non-violent offenders. But a full pardon for someone as polarizing and culturally dominant as YoungBoy? Someone whose music openly glorifies the very world that landed him in the feds? That's different. It taps right into a long-standing tension in hip-hop, celebrating growth and evolution, versus keeping the credibility that comes from staying tied to the streets.
Der Typ hat 5 Jahre lang die Hölle durchgemacht, weil er eine Waffe hatte. Sobald er jetzt wieder frei ist, rate mal, was er wieder tut. Ja, das ist ein Typ, der nicht lernen kann. Er ist ein Typ, der nicht lernen kann. Das ist ein echter Absturz.
When rappers level up and leave behind the conditions that shape their music, they get labeled soft, like they forgot the trenches. But when they stay connected to that same lifestyle despite fame and millions, they end up right back in trouble. It's a no-win trap that's swallowed countless artists, and YoungBoy's pardon puts him dead center at a crossroads. This ain't just about his personal choices. It's about criminal justice, hip-hop culture, fame, and accountability colliding at once. From a justice standpoint, thousands of people serve time for the same charges without the privilege of presidential attention. They face the same dangers, but don't have platinum plaques or elite lawyers. Does talent create different levels of justice? From a public safety angle, gun violence is tearing communities apart. Federal weapons laws exist to keep people with violent histories away from firearms. So when a high-profile artist whose music glorifies violence gets pardoned, what message does that send?
Hört ihn so etwas sagen wie, ja, ich werde nicht lügen, ich werde die Gewalt stoppen. Das war YoungBoy vor einem Monat. Jeder weiß, wie das ausgehen wird. Auf geht's. YoungBoy Atlanta nimmt die Auszeichnung entgegen. Hier ist YoungBoy.
Community.
Ich bin wirklich dankbar, dass ihr spielt. Und indem ihr das für mich tut, möchte ich etwas sagen, denn ich möchte ja nicht zu euch sein. Oh Gott, ich hab nicht mehr Lust.
No more.
Cultural angle. Should an artist be chained to their worst moment forever? Hip-hop's always been the story of struggle to success. If we don't allow growth, are we demanding the impossible? Fans split down the middle. Some hyped, he earned this. Others worried it normalizes risky behavior for impressionable kids. The industry's watching too. Labels, platforms, promoters deciding whether to treat this as redemption or just business as usual. Those decisions shape future cases. Politically, this landed while Trump was courting hip-hop and black voters. Strategic or sincere, it forced a big conversation about race, power, and justice. Bottom line, this ain't just one rapper's comeback. It's about influence, consequence, redemption, and accountability, and whether justice looks different depending who you are. Real lesson: the system ain't built equal. Top lawyers, tactical pleas, presidential clemency, options most never see. The pardon throws a bright light on those disparities. But there's also personal responsibility. YoungBoy got a rare legal reset. The real question: does he grow into it, use his reach for something real while staying authentic, or slide back into the same patterns that landed him in trouble?
Der Junge ist wieder mit seiner Pistole im Anschlag und macht sein Ding. Verstehst du, was ich meine? Irgendwann wird er zurückkehren, um die Gewalt zu stoppen. Aber im Moment nicht. Okay, im Moment nicht? Okay, Slime Cry ist unterwegs. Aber er wird ganz klar nicht aufhören, neue Musik zu veröffentlichen. Es ist, wie es ist, Bro. Es ist, wie es ist. Ich weiß, dass einige von euch denken, ich sei Klassiker. Vielleicht habe ich einfach eine genauere Perspektive, um zu sehen, wie einige der inneren Abläufe bei ihm ablaufen. Und ich rechne es ihm hoch an, dass ich nicht denke, dass er ein Idiot ist, aber ich denke, er weiß, dass es in Bezug auf die Wahrnehmung und das, was er repräsentiert, nicht funktionieren würde. Wenn er nur Gospel predigt, dann predigt. Wenn er nur Gospel predigt. Und er weiß genug, dass man immer noch die gleichen Dinge darstellen muss. Ich sage nicht, dass er so darstellen soll, als würde er nicht wirklich so leben. Aber man muss den Leuten das zeigen. Verstehst du, was ich meine? Die wollen die Spitze mit dem kleinen Drake sehen. Richtig.
Hip-hop's a crossroads. For years, the culture praised authenticity and staying true to your roots. But that truth can come with tragedy. Prison, violence, lost talent. How many artists disappeared because they felt forced to keep up the street image? How many could have been leaders if we let them evolve? So what's next for NBA YoungBoy? The Make America Slime Again tour isn't just shows. It's a live experiment for a comeback post-federal case and presidential pardon. Every date, every post, every verse will be analyzed. If he pulls this off clean, stays out the headlines, keeps his edge, and uses his platform responsibly, it could become a weird blueprint for redemption in hip-hop. But if he slips, new arrests, new scandals, it'll fuel critics who say celebrity clemency is unjust and dangerous. Future presidents might blink before pardoning controversial figures. This moment will shape how the culture defines responsibility and whether we can separate the art from the artist. Millions of young fans are watching. His move sends signals about what's allowed with a rare second chance. So what do you think? Real redemption or another cycle? Should presidents pardon big entertainers? Or does that just create a two-tier justice system? How should hip-hop balance street credibility with growth and responsibility? Are we celebrating progress? Or do we keep rewarding chaos because it sells? This story ain't finished. YoungBoy's next chapter is being written live. Redemption or cautionary tale, we're all witnesses. Stay sharp, think critically. Peace.